I will be taking you to Rwanda, where the country has struck a deal with Britain to receive some asylum seekers in the East African country. The move has been criticized by UK opposition politicians and refugee groups as inhumane and unworkable. Speaking in Rwanda's capital, Priti Patel said resettled people will be given support for up to 5 years, including training, accommodation, and health care so they can resettle and thrive.
Well, Patel visited Kigali to sign what the two countries call an Economic Development Partnership, EDP. The plan will see some people who arrive in Britain in small boats across the English Channel picked up by the UK government and flown 6,400 kilometers to Rwanda, apparently for good. Rwanda confirmed the deal in a statement, but neither government provided full details of how it would work. Well, we would like to watch this short clip on the screen right there, and then, of course, we'll bring in our guests quickly.
UK on this partnership by relocating migrants to Rwanda, investing in their personal development, and providing education, employment, and other opportunities. We are giving them the chance to make new lives in our country as full members of our communities. This will not only help them, but it will benefit Rwanda and Rwandans and help to advance our own development. And for those who don't wish to make Rwanda their new home, they will be facilitated to return to their country of origin or settle in other receiving countries.
Joining us to talk more on this topic is Babatunde Oguntimehin from NC Research Desk. That's New Central Research Desk. Thank you so much for being here this morning, Babatunde. What is this deal set to accomplish, by the way? I mean, we've heard that you have to fly the refugees 6,400 kilometers all the way to Rwanda, and you set them up. I mean, just tell us, enlighten us more.
Yeah, good morning, Joe. Good morning, Gochi. UK is planning to relocate most of these asylum seekers from their country to Rwanda, basically because they want to take back their borders, like Priti Patel said, the Home Secretary said they want to take back their borders. In the last 1 year, just like we said, more than 28,000 people had crossed into UK. And UK has had a plan before, right from for almost 70 years ago, to relocate. When they have migrants coming in, they resettle them. But they think this is not a good idea anymore, and they are willing to move them out. This is the first time this major thing will happen, although Australia before had been the only one who had tried to push the registration of all these migrants to foreign or offshore countries. But UK is the first country that will be taking the bold step of domiciling them in their foreign land. So UK is planning to take back their borders, and they are not caring whose ox is God.
Right. Now, I mean, while I understand that UK is the first to actually take the bold step, other countries like Denmark is also looking at doing something similar. And the focus here is Rwanda. So UK is also thinking of doing that with Rwanda. Denmark is also looking at doing it with Rwanda. Why Rwanda in Africa? Why that country?
Yes, that's very true. Last year, Rwanda, Denmark also signed a law trying to push some of these migrants to Uganda. But before now, Rwanda has been on the front burner of receiving some of these migrants. There has been a plan before between the UN Human Rights Council, UN Refugee Agency, and the European Union to domicile some of these migrants in Rwanda. They signed the agreement. Rwanda is ready to take up some of these migrants, and UK will be financing some of these things. UK is planning in the first installment to spend almost 120 million pounds in settling some of these people. They feel by the time they get there, these people will be settled into the Rwandan system, and they can live on their lives. Because we know so many of these migrants are coming from places where they've been running from war, from climate change, and from persecution. So it is just an attempt to give them home and resettle them in a place that is different from where they find themselves.
Well, more than 28,000 people entered the UK on small boats last year. I mean, up from 8,500 in 2020. Now, is this move set to reduce the numbers in any way? Is it going to make the numbers reduce, or are we going to see a surge in the numbers? Because people now know that you're going to take me to some place where I can be trained and I can start my own life.
Yes, that's a very great question. Most of the people that have been opposing this are saying that it will definitely not reduce the numbers. That what UK should be doing is to create legal ways by which some of these migrants can come in, do their paperwork and settle down peacefully. But when migrants now feel, like UK feel, by the time the migrants know that once you come into the UK, you are not going to settle down, they are going to be moved into a third country, this might have a way of having a change of mind. In fact, UK believes some of the people who are benefiting from this are those who are financing the movement of these migrants. So they feel it will be a very good way to check some of these things. And while the plans is still in the elementary stage, UK still has about 10,000 people on the list to move before December, most people feel this might not really bring down the numbers of asylum seekers still trying to enter UK, especially we know what is happening in Ukraine right now. All over the world, people are finding ways to move to places where they can have peace, where their families can settle down. So there might not be a reduction in the plans. Even UK admits it might not reduce the number, but at least it will be a very good step to make to at least solve some of these problems.
Now, we also understand that the asylum seekers focus is the economic male migrants of up to 40 years of age. So that means the women and children will not be taken to Rwanda should this pull through eventually. But a lot of people are coming out to say, don't you think that would increase the number of women and children that will be going illegally to UK, knowing fully well that they will not be sent to Rwanda?
Yes, actually, UK did not say, although what they had before was that most people who have been migrants are male, that they will be relocated. But for now, the only ones that won't be relocated on their list are just children. Most people have been advocating that why would you want to hold back children and separate them from their parents who might be relocated? And that's why so many of these things have been shut down. Like the United Nations Agency on Migration have called the plans very bad. They say they are not supporting it. They are even saying that UK is trying to counter the plans for some of these international and migration laws. Just over the weekend too, the Archbishop of United Kingdom also distanced himself that this is definitely not the best way to go. And one of the reasons why some of these things have been shut down is because some few days ago we heard that when these people are resettled in Uganda, in Rwanda, most of the places where they'll be resettled to are places where some of the victims of the Rwandan genocide, almost 22 to 45 of them, they've been residing there for years now, and those people have been ejected from those places, and these are places that have been created to house some of these migrants. So this has generated a whole lot of issues, and most people are shooting it down, and we'll just wait and see how this goes.
A lot of counter reactions, no doubt. Well, thank you so much, Babatunde Oguntimehin from New Central Research. Thanks for being here this morning to dissect this particular story, looking at the truth, so you could say the impact that this will bring.
Thank you very much for having me.